back here at Calhoun County Football Media Day here at the Anniston Country Club. We got new head coach of the Piedmont Bulldogs, Jonathan Miller. Coach, appreciate you coming by and talking with us.
Thanks for having us on.
So talk to me a little bit about how the summer's been going, the off season for the Piedmont Bulldogs since you took over back in April. What have you seen from the guys this summer?
Well, I think we've got a group that's very, very competitive. That's a great characteristic to have. They work extremely hard. Those are two things that come to my mind when I think of our team. And we didn't have a spring training, so the only competition we've really done so far is 7-on-7, and we had two of those, and those went pretty well. Gave a chance for our skilled kids to run around out there on the field a little bit. We broke in a new quarterback, so I think it was important for him to get some live reps. And I'm very interested to see our big guys out on the field next week.
Yeah. So as you get ready for practice to start, what are you looking for out of your guys to get going here in this 2023 season?
To follow up on that, I'm looking at my O-line, D-line next week. I hope those guys become the heartbeat of our team, because if you look at good football teams that are successful year in and year out, they're good up front. So we want to keep that tradition going at Piedmont, and a lot of new starters, especially on the O-line. We got some D-linemen back. I think the D-line will be a strength of our team, and I hope the O-line follows suit, and I think they have the opportunity to. We got some size and some guys that are older that maybe not have played a whole lot before, but I think they're ready to take the next step.
Yeah, you're replacing a lot of guys. I know you're first year at Piedmont, but the Bulldogs are replacing a lot of guys, and so I know a lot of guys stepping up. Who have you seen so far this summer that you think could step up and lead this team this year?
Well, I think a couple guys I brought with me today. Trevor Pike is a leader on our defense. He and Luke Reinhardt. Luke's a linebacker, really intelligent kid that can help get the front lined up. The linebacker, he's going to know everybody's job on the field. Trevor's kind of the guy on the back end to make sure everybody's in the right place. So those are two guys. Chance up front, Chance Murphy up front is a leader for our team. He's a guy that's going to lead by example. An extremely hard worker. Really good player, plays with good technique and all that. So those are three guys I think can step up and be leaders for us.
I know you play in a tough region, and you're familiar with the teams, having played against them before. But talk about now as you move to Piedmont and see these teams that you'll be facing.
Our schedule is extremely tough.
Yeah.
And when you're successful, scheduling non-region games is very, very difficult. I've experienced that some at Sachs, and I know Piedmont's experienced that some themselves. So you're playing Cherokee County, who's a 4A state runner-up. You're playing Anniston, who's a third-round 4A team, and then also you're Sylacauga at the end of the season, which you got a chance to be one of the most improved teams in the state. So you take that into account with our region team. Sylvania's got a senior-heavy team, Geraldine. So schedule's extremely tough. So we're going to have to manage that. There's going to be some bumps along the way with the amount of newness that we have. You know. So there's going to be some bumps along the way. We got to navigate those and be playing our best football in November.
And I know you mentioned breaking in a new quarterback, Jack Hayes, of course, one of the best to ever play in the state, has graduated from Piedmont. Talk about Cole Wilson, the guy who will be taking his place this year.
Cole's a guy that can throw the football extremely well. He can make all the throws. He just needs experience. That's the big thing for him. He's not a between the tackles runner like Jack was. You don't have very many of those at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
But Cole's a capable runner. But he's going to make his mark throwing the football. He's got to learn to make great decisions for us. But I think he's got a lot of ability, and I think he can have a big year for us.
Talk about the staff you've been able to assemble there as you take over at Piedmont.
A lot of holdovers from the previous staff. Those guys, man, I owe a lot to those guys. They've made my life a whole lot easier. They're Piedmont guys that just want the place to be successful. Made my transition super easy. Coach Bedwell, Coach Glover, Coach Walker, and Coach Pruitt have made things easy for me. And then I was able to bring Coach Young, Coach Monty Young, who played at JSU, played for me at Sachs, has coached with me a couple of years. I was able to bring him in, and also Caleb Ogle from Sachs. So, I like my staff. I think we're in good shape there, and just excited to get the season going.
Yeah, so what have you seen so far? Just Piedmont brings a lot of tradition with football, just from the community aspect of it. What have you seen so far in your time at Piedmont?
Football matters, and that's you want to be in a place like that.
Yeah.
It's extremely important to those to the community. It's extremely important to the kids. It's extremely important within the walls of the school. So, and that's, that's all you can ask for. You want to play for championships. I'm at that point where that's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah.
That's what the kids want to do. That's what the community wants to do. So let's just go get it done.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Coach. Thanks so much for taking time with us today.
Thank you.
It's Calhoun County Media Day here at the Anniston Country Club.